What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about the mind game that your brain plays with you whenever you quit drinking alcohol, and basically the biggest thing people struggle with when quitting alcohol. But before we get into this video, let's take a moment to appreciate this place. Do y'all hear that? Literally the sound of nothing. Let me flip it around for you guys. Beautiful. I'm out here in the forest at what's known as the edge of the world, Arizona. I just moved here recently, actually, from Texas, doing a travel nurse contract. And my God, it's beautiful. There's actually a bunch of, where I'm on top of, there's like a cliff over there and tons of beautiful views of Sedona and like the canyons and stuff. But I wanted to come up and trek in the forest a little bit and explore. Actually, really cool. I saw a huge ass deer over there, and then it just like galloped away. And because you can't hear anything here, all you could hear is the thuds of the deer. Nerd shows. But quitting alcohol. Back to our main topic. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, so I figure what better than to make one about quitting drinking alcohol. So basically, when you quit drinking alcohol, the first 7 to 10 days is basically the physical withdrawal symptoms, depending on how far down the ladder of addiction you are, if you want to even call it that. But then after that, the physical symptoms are gone. So why do so many people go back to drinking whenever they start to feel better, whenever they get over that hump of the first few days, the first week, the first 2 weeks? It's the mental game. The mental game is the uphill battle because your brain is basically a computer and it is wired. I think I'm going to walk and talk. And it's all programming. So basically, you have this programming that tells you to drink because either you want to have fun, you want to socialize, you just like alcohol, it's become your coping mechanism. The reason you want to drink doesn't matter. So even though you get past the hangover and the physical side effects of drinking, kind of eerie being out here. Also, it's Friday the 13th, and I'm hiking in the woods by myself. Kind of funny. So your brain is basically programmed to do pattern behavior. And a lot of people have this pattern of drinking. They don't realize. They get over the hump of the 7 to 10 days, physical symptoms. And then a lot of people go back to drinking because when you go an extended period of time without alcohol, you actually forget how bad your life was when you were drinking and how much you hate alcohol, and your resolve kind of goes out the window because 2 weeks sober, a month sober, you feel better. You're just like, what the hell? I've been doing good. What's a drink, And then before you know it, you're down that spiral of self-sabotage, feeling unhealthy, being hungover, ruining relationships, or just, having really bad anxiety, depression, horrible mental health. And then you're back wondering why you did it. And then maybe you're watching a video like this. But that's because it's a mental game. So some tips, guys. First of all, you've got to make a promise to yourself that you are going to feel and endure all the discomfort, as uncomfortable as it will be, because when you do quit using alcohol to placate emotions, to cope with like stress, to use it as a crutch to have a good time with the boys or going out, it takes a while for your brain to shift before you can have fun doing those without alcohol. So one, buy into the fact that you're gonna let yourself feel uncomfortable for as long as it takes for you to put down that bottle or quit alcohol. And I don't care if you're an alcoholic or just someone who wants to stop drinking alcohol just to improve their lives. That's the play you got to make, is that mindset. One, you're going to be uncomfortable for as long as it takes. Two, know that all the urges and the triggers and the things that make you want to reach for a drink, whether it's stress at work, feeling like you need it to have a good time, whatever it is, all of those fade. Then alcohol becomes a mood substance and your programming will shift back to normal. Because after 7 to 10 days of like the physical withdrawal symptoms, and sometimes it's not even that long, it might be a day or two, not even, that it's all mental. And that's the crazy part. Anybody who's wrestling with sobriety and quitting alcohol should get some motivation from this, because after that, it's literally just your brain and your programming. So all you have to do is sit with that discomfort, as long as it takes. Just say, hey, I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm done. 2, Know that all those triggers, all those feelings will pass, and they are just temporary emotions. Chug some water, eat some food. You're probably craving sugar. Have some sugar, fuck it, whatever. And sit with that feeling. And what I've learned through sobriety is how to get really good at sitting with my feelings. A meditation practice also helps tremendously. If you want to know the kind of meditations I do, Wim Hof style breath work really helps to train you to start feeling good in your own body. And when you meditate and take time to sit, you start to process feelings, old emotions, traumas, things that kept you stuck in your loop of drinking. And you get to process it. And when you process it, then there's nothing. It's just you. So short little video today. Meditate. Know that after the first couple days, weeks, it's just a mental game. And everybody can win the mental game because it's a mental game. So when you feel those triggers, you feel like you want to reach for that bottle or grab some booze, for whatever reason, just think to yourself, why did you start? Think about all you have to gain by quitting alcohol. Healthier brain, life expectancy, things that used to not be fun become fun. Things that used to stress you out stop being stressful because you become more resilient, you grow. You adapt. And when I quit drinking alcohol, I used to drink alcohol because I was stressed. I was an ER room nurse. After shift, I feel like I need a drink. Before I have to go into work the next day, I need a drink the night before. These flies are getting to me. But once I quit alcohol, and I work in the emergency room, that's some crazy trauma and stress. After a few weeks, months, my stress levels went down completely. And even though I'm in these life or death situations, it stopped feeling stressful to me, as crazy as that sounds, because alcohol makes you stress. It releases cortisol and keeps you stuck in that loop of feeling like, I need a drink just to relax. But honestly, it's alcohol that's making you feel stressed in the first place. But people don't realize it. So, my friends, I'm going to go back on this little, these flies. I'm going to go back on this trek that I'm doing. I'll show you guys one last view. But to anyone out there, hey, physical detox doesn't last too long. Also, disclaimer, if you are in deep withdrawals and having like tremors and stuff like that, you should do this with a doctor. But for 99% of the people trying to quit alcohol to better their lives, they're not at that level. So you can get through the physical symptoms, no problem. Drink plenty of water, go for some walks, meditate, get some air. And then just after a week or two, you're probably going to forget how bad alcohol is. You'll be tempted to drink because that's just what our brains do. They like to forget. But don't forget. This is your reminder. Don't forget. And stay true to the past, because it's literally all a mental game. And you have the choice. Even though that thought or that impulse or that trigger comes, you don't have to pull the trigger. You can stop. You can pause. You can sit with it for a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until that feeling fades. Distract yourself. Go for a walk. Do something else. But that's it, guys. I know it's been a while since I made a video. Kind of been in a weird place with YouTube. Not sure what kind of content I want to make. As I almost take a tumble. But if you like stuff like this, let me know. And I'll give you one. This beautiful forest. Incredible. So peaceful out here. See you on the next one.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.